In the meantime, following developments in New York regarding migrants, I did get that right, in New York regarding migrants, because a lot of these that had been moved to American cities, in fact, what they call sheltering cities, they can't shelter them, they can't handle them. And right now, it's gotten so bad that the Democratic mayor and the Democratic governor in New York have petitioned the Biden administration to do something, anything. Curtis Sliwa, the former New York City mayoral candidate, with us right now. Curtis, this is a mess and getting messier. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at it. It's almost like when I was a kid, you watched the Three Stooges, Moe, Larry, and Curly. Which way did they go? You have Eric Adams, swagger man with no plan. He's had no plan all during this process, getting along well with Hochul for so many months. And then all of a sudden they turn on one another. And unexpectedly, it's almost like in football camp, Mayorkas comes on behalf of Biden and says, give me your playbooks back. You guys are not following the federal rules. So you got all three of these folks at odds with one another. Meantime, the buses keep coming in every day, overwhelming Adams. Hochul doesn't want him in other parts of the state, so they're at odds. I mean, we're talking a real hot mess here. And our politicians are not leading, but they're actually arguing publicly with one another. So what does that say to Democrats, Republicans, and independents? You can't depend on the politicians. That's why you notice all these demonstrations by all these various groups, moderate Democrats, Republicans, independents, that say no to tents, no to shelters, no to hotels, no to the migrants.
What do you think, Curtis, of those who want to sue Texas Governor Abbott for creating this firestorm? I noticed that the 300 or so that have been cited in New York, I believe they're outside the New York Peninsula Hotel. It's only a couple of blocks from here. He deals with this by the tens of thousands. But what do you think of that?
Yeah, go ahead. Knock yourself out. Remember, Eric Adams, a year ago, took on the governor who said, look, Eric, you're a Democrat, I'm a Republican. You're a sanctuary city, you're a sanctuary state. I need relief. I'm not getting it from the president. I'm shipping them to you. But he invited Eric Adams down to the border so he could see for himself the problem at Eagle Pass, Juarez into El Paso, Nuevo Laredo into Laredo. And Eric Adams said, you're a racist. We can do it better. We're a sanctuary city. We'll give them PlayStation, 72-inch plasma TVs. We'll give them Obama phones, 3 squares a day, 3-star hotel rooms. Once they saw that in third world countries, they made a bum rush right to the border. They were probably telling their relatives and friends, you know, eventually they're going to wake up and seal the border. Better get across now. On the other side, tell them you want to go to New York because you get everything that even citizens don't get in New York. That's the problem here. And now they're unvaccinated. So on Thursday, school starts. 19,000 children will enter the public school system unvaccinated. He wants to give jobs to the illegal aliens right out of the box. None of them are vaccinated. And I'm thinking to myself, these brave civil servants, many of them, cops, firefighters, healthcare workers, remember how we applauded when we applauded in the middle of the lockdown and pandemic every night at 7? Some of them became zeros after being heroes because they wouldn't take the vaccine. None of them have been called back. They can't even get back pay. They can't get benefits. And then they look at these illegal aliens who are not vaccinated, immediately jumping the queue and getting work potentially. You know, if you happen to be an American citizen, even if you're a moderate Democrat, you're saying, what has happened to our party? We become the party of the illegals, and the Republicans actually are using a lot of common sense in this issue. It may well be the ticket, the pathway to majorities in the Senate, the House, taking the presidency and sweeping a lot of these legislators clean of their veto-proof majorities come 2024.
We'll have to watch closely. Curtis, thank you very much. And by the way, we did put out calls to Mayor Adams to come on and talk about this. We have not heard back. Also wanted to let you know that some have feared, even within the mayor's own party, the Democratic Party, that any jobs or offers get a structure for those migrants who are here will only encourage more migrants to come here. Separately, we're hearing from neighboring New Jersey, Governor Murphy, saying, I don't see any scenario here, quoting from New Jersey News 12, where he spoke, where New Jersey can take in these displaced migrants.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.